So, on with a Peugeot 207. Hold on, the inverter's just decided it wanted its freaking battery's gone dead. Hold on. Anyway, now we turn that off. So, on with this new sump today. And oil filter houser seal there. The sump is really porous all around here. Obviously you can't see it on the camera, but you can see it's seeping out as I'm pushing it there. Obviously it's something displacing and it's leaking out there. And the oil filter housing goes into the block. You can see how much it's been leaking. It's freaking oil everywhere. So we're going to get on with that today. The thing I want to do is drop the oil. So we'll just pull the dipstick on this one. Normally take the cap off, but it's going to be a while till we're back up here. So just pull the dipstick. Just helps the oil drain out the bottom. Cracked off the sump plug. Just square drive in there, or you can use a socket out there, but just square drive in there. We'll get the oil drained out. Well, that's our oil draining. To be honest, it's probably a good job as well, because obviously we're going to put a new filter in it anyway. And the state of that oil, it definitely needed it. So we'll get the oil filter cracked off. I can balance my phone so you can see. I'm just going to leave that loose like that and just leave it to drain on its own while we're playing around with the sump underneath. What we move on to now, the oil's drained out. See all the 10 mils that hold the sump on all the way around. Well, you're going to go round and get every single one of them off, just like that. So I'm going to get all them out, because I'm going to show you that, because it's pretty boring just watching me twist the ratchet the whole time. Go around, get all them out. Or when you get really bored of twisting the ratchet too much, go there. Drop each one. Two magnetic trays so you don't lose them. That's all the bolts out, all the way around. So now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to tap this with a mallet. Hopefully it's just break the seal enough to kick it out. But I'm not going to show you, because obviously I need two hands, one to hold it and one to hit it, so I don't drop it and make a mess everywhere. Just pour whatever remaining oil is left in the sump into your drainer. Easy as that to get it off. Now the fun begins of the clean-up operation, which always takes ages. So while we're at this bit here, we're just going to let this drain for a little bit, just to so it's not as messy. I hate freaking getting oil on my hands, that's why I wear tough gloves, best gloves you can get. So we're going to inspect this drainer, make sure there's no shit or anything like that. We'll get in the sump, shine a torch on the sump, make sure there's no glittery, shiny bits or anything like that, which there isn't, which is always obviously a good sign, means nothing is breaking down or anything. And then we will start going at all this. This all needs to be immaculate clean as it would be when it came out of the factory. So obviously we'll get a blade, scrape all the excess off, give it all a good clean up and everything. But while that's dripping, I'm going to start getting this off. That's now that. The oil filter housing disconnects off the engine block. Not too bad. 1, 2, 3 bolts there, one bolt in the middle, just sits around there. Just gonna let that drain away, because obviously it's holding all the oil that's in the filter and everything. Just leave that to drain away into the tub, and then we'll get all that cleaned up and new seals in there as well. That was a bit of a fiddly little fucker to get out, really. So I had to remove the exhaust heat shield. Just propped it up there out the way, and it comes up from the top and just wiggle on it. It came out. So that's the fender. There's a ring here. So we've got a kit to replace all this and the little ring there. So I'm going to get this all nice cleaned up, get the rings on, get it put back on. So obviously I've decided I've cleaned up all the face and everything, all nice and clean. Put the sump on so I can get the sump mounted on, and I can leave it for as long as possible for the sealant to adhere, while I piss around with getting that back on. So now I'm going to get the sump out of the wrapper and get some sealant in it. So this one, nice shiny new one. That's my old shitty one. Obviously, you're going to be checking it's the exact same shape and everything, same sort of depth and everything, so you know it's the correct one before you fuck around putting sealant on and then try and fit it and realise it's wrong. So, put the sealant there, just warming it up a little bit with the blowtorch because it is freezing out here. Makes it a bit easier to apply, and then we'll get a nice bead on there, get it fastened back on. That's how we want it, just squiggles the whole way around. So obviously you don't want to go super heavy. You can sort of see how sort of heavy I've gone there. Make sure you go on the inside of the holes, so obviously it doesn't leak past holes. That's about it, so we'll get that fitted up. So that is our sump now on. So I didn't film me tightening it up or anything like that because I didn't want to piss around. You just want to get it on, get it nipped up so it gets a nice good bond and seals nicely. You can see how it's just started to spray out there as it's coming. That's pretty perfect. I mean, you don't want it splitting out loads, and obviously you want it to split a little bit. It just about perfect amount of sealant on there. When you're doing them up, obviously you want to get just one in each corner sort of thing, just hold it in place. And I go round, I'll do them all up with my hand, and then I'll go round and do them all up opposites, so it's getting a nice even fit. I'll go round and I'll check them all 3 times. Keep going round, check them all 3 times. You know it's nice and on, nice and solid. So that bit's that done. Leave that to cure, get nice and hard and everything, while we play around with this bit. Obviously moving back to the oil filter housing. Pulled the old O-rings out, put the new ones in. You can see there, very faintly, I've got a very, very thin smear of grease around the O-rings. That's just on the contact points. But it is very thin smear. So we're going to wiggle that back in, get it on. Fortunately, that dropped down into place. Damn sight a lot easier than how it came out. So you get all your bolts into position. So it's all lined up. Obviously when you drop it down, just pull it forward a little bit. Just double check those O-rings, make sure they're still seated, they haven't been knocked or anything when you're squeezing it down there. Just go around, start all them, and just get them nipped up with your ratchet. Always, whenever I put in a new sump, do not assume that they have tightened the plug. Just give it a quick, make sure it's nipped up. Because the last thing you want is to assume it's tightened up, and then the customer drives off down the road and it freaking falls out, you know what I mean? Fresh new oil filter in there, just get the oil filter nipped up on. Obviously, grease around the O-ring and everything so it doesn't get caught. A little bit around the threads as well, because these plastic ones are a nightmare to get stuck inside the housing. Now we have a tidy up of all the freaking mess we've made. Have a tidy up and everything, get it all organised before we put any engine oil in it. Give that sealant a good chance to get nice and cured and nice and hard and solid and that. So we'll get tidied up, sit and wait probably another 10 minutes by the time we've done that, which will be good to put the oil in. So that's all the oil over it. Obviously we're going to let it run for 5-10 minutes, get underneath, make sure nothing's leaking or anything, and get down off the side stands, and then that's it, job will be good. So yeah, that's Peugeot 207 sump and oil filter housing seals.